Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Jamie. I have been busy getting into school right now, and I've been doing a lot of work with my criminal practice clinic, which I was accepted to, which has an externship. And I'm going to get to talking about some grade stuff very soon. But I did get a question from a user named Nanatos, I think. Nanatoes, something like that. But I think the person had a good question, and they want to know, how do you fund law school? How do you pay for it? How do you deal with your living expenses? And I mean, there's several ways that you can pay for law school. I'll just the obvious ones, what I mean, that you're gonna think of are like, oh, you worked beforehand, so you had some money saved up, or your parents helped pay for it. But those are obvious. The more typical ways that you would probably have to fund your education would be to um, be an independent student, and assuming that you're not married already, if your income is low enough, which chances are if you're just going into school and you're not working, it will be. You can fill out a FAFSA. That's a FAFSA. And if the government determines that your expected financial contribution is low enough, you can actually qualify for student loans from the government. Yeah, I know, right? Me talking about that, but it is a very good program to use, especially if you're an independent student, which typically most people are in law school are going to be about that age, 23, 24 older. So you should qualify. And if you do your FAFSA and you meet those requirements, then you can visit student loans, studentloans.gov, and you can pretty much apply for a significant amount of money that's actually subsidized and unsubsidized. And subsidized, of course, means that the government won't make you pay interest on it until I think 6 months after you graduate. And the unsubsidized, you do pay interest on that time, but for both loans, you don't actually have to pay those back until 6 months after you graduate. And then there's also other loans that you can get where you can get things co-signed called Direct Plus with your parents, or you can do a Direct Plus loan for for a graduate student and just do a loan on your own. However, interest starts accruing right away, and you have to pay it back, I think, within 60 days after you graduate, but you don't have to pay it back while you're in school. So you could do that. Otherwise, you're looking at private loans. A lot of people like Sally Mae or this or that, but Sally Mae doesn't exactly have the best of reputations. Probably looking to see if you have some sort of credit or good standing in your community. Look for like a credit union or some sort of um, maybe a local bank that does scholastic loans. If there's anybody that look to family, look to friends, see if anybody knows anybody that has a local bank. If not, then you might have to go with a major bank to pay for things such as Wells Fargo, Bank of America, right? And those are going to have their own fees and all sorts of interest rates that you'll have to pay later on, and you'll have to pick out your payment plan. But outside that, yes, you can't work. Technically, you're not supposed to work during your first year, so that means you pretty much are screwed unless you have some sort of opportunity through the school. A lot of schools do like a phone-a-thon or like fundraising things that you could possibly make some side money while you're in your first year. I did that, but not until my second year. I participated in that, and then of course after that you can work up to 20 hours a week. So what do people do usually? They work at a law firm, or they pick up a side job. Like I don't work at a law firm right now, but I do a side job where I do fundraising for the main university. So those are typically the ways you got to do it. You're either had money to begin with, had your parents' money, or you're going to get a loan. And if you get a loan, then most people are doing federal loans. If you have a spouse or something like that, where your expected financial contribution on your FAFSA is too high, then yes, you may have to go and get a bank loan. Um, and then past that, if you need to make up that money on the side, you may have to work summers, or you may have to get a small part-time job. Usually, something that's convenient would be something that's on campus because they usually work with your school schedule, uh, which is what I do. I do that sometimes. So I hope that helps, and I'll put some links down in the bar for the federal direct loans as well as the FAFSA. And if you have any other questions, just feel free to ask, and I'll see if I can get back to you as soon as possible. All right, take care, guys, and I'll put another update about the grade stuff very soon.